much for joining me again for some quiet time in our safe place. If you have seen some of the other videos that I recorded on these wonderful Picturegoer magazines, you'll know that we've done a handful already, but we have lots still to go through too. And so let's continue with this edition, which is November the 3rd, 1956. And they're from the National Film and Entertainment Weekly. This lovely lady is Kim Parker on the front cover. So let's see what this one contains. And again, the glorious, nostalgic adverts. So the dual design compacts. Pep up those trailers. Could they be twins? With it's an interesting one. I think that Yul Brynner could almost look as if he were Jeff Chandler's twin brother. I don't know about that. Squadron Airborne was a book club. Wonderful. Famous authors, scrapbooks. I love these kind of nostalgic pictures. Romance, crime, true life, mystery, adventure. Cool. Oh, and there's TVs. The cabinets. Oh. So if you were stepping out tonight to want to go and see anything, a picture, let's have a little look together to see if there's anything on. Back from Maternity, I'll Cry Tomorrow, Searchers, Written on the Wind, For Laughs, Scream Man, music. It's a Wonderful World. Ah yes, The King and I, with Yul Brynner. That was showing, what year did I say this was? 1956. Goodness me. And For Tears, there's Charles Nell's D-Day, Proud and Provoking Thrills, Bandido, of the Sun. Gosh, The King and I, 1956. So Written on the Wind, that we just saw, stars Rock Hudson, Lauren Bacall, Robert Stack and Dorothy Malone. It's like a good run of stars. Another wonderful advert. He's the biggest surprise of the year, says Sarah Stoddart. Jeremy Spencer, a shy 19-year-old, unsure of his striking good looks. It's knocking the top American heartthrobs out of the popularity ratings, and how does he feel about it? He's flattered, but also he's a little uneasy. So he's knocking the likes of Tony Curtis, Rock Hudson, Jeff Chandler right out of the picture in Picturegoer readers' popularity ratings. Gosh. Spence has achieved all of this without being in a top budget film, without expensive star building, and without cheerleading fan clubs. We're staggered. It's just to me like a baby face. There, anyway. Things they do for a picture. Britain's brightest star hopes Tony Wright and Michael Craig. That's back to the what Pop Picking presents part 3 of the stories you've been waiting for, the incredible Elvis Presley. Now we've had a few stories on Elvis Presley, so I won't do the whole thing here. And again, that appears in a couple of my other videos, how he was quite frankly booed and not rated as becoming a sensation that we all know now to this day. He has become. Going right back to the success of his first record, That's Alright Mama, rolled Elvis Presley's back on his heels up to the time of the disc, went spinning out into the Memphis night with that slow rhythmic chant. He had been earning £10 a week as a truck driver previously. As I say, you'll read lots more about it in my other videos, so I'll do a little skip through. When the phones began ringing, people wanted to know about the boy they were listening to. Is he married? How old is he? What does he look like? The question poured in so fast that the son had to engage an extra telephonist. Oh, that's cool. As a boy, Elvis sang in the local church choir. His favourite song was I Won't Have to Cross Jordan Alone. He even then recalls his mother. He found it difficult to keep still while he sung. He always wanted to act out the song. When he was 9, Elvis won his first singing honour. He sang Old Shep, a sentimental country ballad, and won 5th prize. That's such a sad song. It was that Elvis went to the big school for the first time, but the parents, it was hard going. His mother and I walked the streets looking for work, recalls Vernon Presley. Often it was snowing. Eventually I got work with the tool company. Each day Elvis would take his guitar to school, keep it in a locker and play during his lunch break. And when he found people listening to him, he began to grow those sideboards. He wanted to appear older to the other boys, says Presley now. I thought if I grew sideboards and a moustache, it would help. Well, I couldn't manage the moustache, so I had to settle for the sideboards. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. But Joe never says no, and the president wants a story, never lets him down. Hollywood's busiest family. 3 teenagers. This is Janine, Gigi, Mum. Touch of glamour to the races. Let's get things straight. Out of doors, I'm mad about Hollywood and homesick for Britain. When you've been in the film game as long as I have been, you get used to people sending abusive letters. Oh, that's a shame. But those letters have never ceased to hurt me. The other day, a girl in Liverpool wrote to me like this. One minute you say you're just mad about Hollywood, the next day you're homesick for London. Don't you think you'd be better? Make up your mind. Now I wonder if it occurred to this young lady that it's possible to be both mad about Hollywood and also homesick for London at the same time. For that's how it is with me. Can you be content with just one place? Do I have to say London for me and the rest of the world stinks? You may as well know now, I can't say it, and that goes for most other stars too, like Gene Kelly, Cary Grant, Frank Sinatra, Robert Taylor, Ava Gardner, for instance. They are all Americans, and yet I doubt if any of them spends more than 3 months a year in the US. Why? Because they love travelling in Europe. Does anybody write them abusive letters asking why they don't come home? No. Dennis and I adore America. We've been mad about Hollywood. Been treated wonderfully and confess it. We are going to be a little homesick for California. The sunshine, the pools, the orange groves, the beaches. How enchanting they seem to be against the chilly streets of London. Yet paradoxically, how nice May wet lawn in Maidenhead scene in contrast to the California sunshine. Absolutely true. I think about taking the best out of each situation. Guys, and is that Fernando Lamas? He's the number one guy on my list. Who are Hollywood's 10 most exciting men? So we have Marlon Brando, Rock Hudson, Gregory Peck, Gary Cooper, Rosanna Brazil, Michael Wilding, Tyrone Power, Robert Mitchum, Cary Grant, Fernando Lamas. And for the ladies, picture of Joan Collins there. Let's push the page up. Very young, beautiful Joan Collins. Not quite listed here. Arlene Dahl, June Allinson, Marilyn Monroe, Ava Gardner. The keen eye for the Dahl girls, top actresses, and she frankly analysis and overriding emotion that haunts these girls despite their dizzy success. And again, in another video, if you go back through my channel, we shared a book together about Marilyn Monroe with some absolutely glorious pictures and photos. And currently we're doing a Hollywood book club book also. Okay, so it was tough selling Liberace. Scratch as scratch can. The Doris Day Story. She can't work without it. Happiness. Throughout her professional career, Doris Day has established herself as a different sort of film star. Some stars live to see themselves, hear themselves, feel that in acting they know far more than what the script calls for than the director, but not so for Doris Day. That's in Morocco. They were there shot. The man who knew too much was so sinister. Doris was glad to get away. Goodness. Love Me or Leave Me with James Cagney, Doris's favourite film. Doris says, I have to be happy when I work. I have to feel that I'm among friends, particularly that there is a bond of friendship between me and the man who is directing the picture. Otherwise, I find I just can't give my best. Oh, that's nice. A film that needed courage. Written on the Wind, that's the one we gave me saw earlier, on with Rock Hudson. Your Double Bill Program. Now Gregson can be a world star, but he refused to believe it. And after years of second fiddle playing, utility man Gregson can shoot to the top. That's nice. Tougher Than She Looks. So Kim Parker, who was on the front cover. Yes, 21 years old Kim Parker may be the cast as one of the Green Graces in the new British musical The Good Companion, but off-screen the slip of a girl has taken on a man-sized job. I've never heard such fireworks. The Peter Myers fanfare. Sammy Davis Jr. provides our disc of the week. Outstanding. That's how I describe the new LP by Sammy Davis Jr. Oh, wonderful. Finally, this week's film record. It's a 4-number EP from Dean Martin, Jerry Lewis film partners. Martin has a pleasant enough voice, but I fail to find anything amusing about his partner's efforts. I can only reckon half his disc, a piece whimsically titled The Wind. Oh dear. putting on a show at a nearby park. Would Elvis Presley care to appear? Elvis Presley would. Neil takes up the story. He stopped the show. It was simple as that. He started to sing and everyone went mad. Oh, fantastic. And then it goes on. With his first Cadillac, Presley was on his way and travelling fast. The disc jockeys were all playing his records and the money was beginning to come in at last. He made 2 new discs, I Don't Care and Your Heartache. He formed Elvis Presley's Enterprises and he bought his first Cadillac, a pink one. Wonderful. Butcher Marty, but no gravy. Who gets the profit, the future profit? That is when an actor hired for a small fee becomes a star overnight, wins the Academy Award, and suddenly finds himself as one of the most sought-after personalities in town. Well, I can tell you that isn't the actor himself, that's for sure. Wagner is attracting big money, but he is not getting it himself. Oh, that's a shame. Another great advert. Oh gosh, Fox's Glacier Mints. God, I haven't had one of those in ages. Who has Harlow anyway? The battle of the blondes over who is to play Jean Harlow in her screen biography is now raging. Marilyn Monroe, Kim Novak and Dinah Dawes are all in the running. And whoever wins will have landed the most coveted role Hollywood has offered in years. She was born in Kansas City, 26 years old, divorced. Let me have a little glance through. She was born in Kansas City in 1911 and she died in 1937. Oh goodness me. But those 26 years were crammed with sensation. She was married 3 times. Charles McGrew, Tycoon's son, divorced. Paul Byrne was a director. He committed suicide. And Hal Ross, a cameraman, she divorced. A very small, petite, 5'2". She hit film stardom with Back in Hollywood Hughes in 1929. Launched her as the first platinum blonde bombshell. She was fun-loving, hated to be alone, had an inferiority complex about her career. In temperament, a lot like Ava Gardner. Typed as oversexed, underdressed fan for the films, made 6 with Clark Gable, including Red Dust, China Seas and The Wife vs. Secretary. She died while making the last. Saratoga. Her part was completed by an unknown girl, her name Mary D. Jean Harlow. I might find out a bit more about her to read and share with you. At the bottom here, record replies Dean Martin serenaded Dinah Lynn in You're Never Too Young. Alluring Lips advert, and again a great comic sketch to do with life, buddy. Max Factor advert to finish that edition. So I hope you found that interesting and enjoyed that one. So we'll put that in our pile. And then the next one that we'll share together will be Jane Mansfield Tells All and Jacqueline Curtis on the front. So thank you very much for joining me. Please do take care of yourself. And I'll see you again very soon.